Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining me for yoga tonight. So, in challenging times, it's good to hear some reflections that kind of remind us of our strength. So, I'm going to share this poem called The Oak Tree by Johnny Ray Ryder Jr. He's a poet from Texas. A mighty wind blew night and day. It stole the oak tree's leaves away, then snapped its boughs and pulled its bark until the oak was tired and stark. But still the oak tree held its ground while other trees fell all around. The weary wind gave up and spoke. How can you still be standing, oak? The oak tree said, I know that you can break each branch of mine in two, carry every leaf away, shake my limbs and make me sway. But I have roots stretched in the earth, growing stronger since my birth. You'll never touch them, for you see, they are the deepest part of me. Until today, I wasn't sure of just how much I could endure. But now I've found with thanks to you, I'm stronger than I ever knew. That one brings tears to my eyes. But we do have that deep part of ourselves, and that's something that it's good to connect to. And I think yoga helps us to find that part of us, a part that's still and quiet. And let's focus on our breath as we make. So let's begin to focus on our breath. So find a comfortable seat. You can be on a chair, you can be on the floor. Bring your hands in front of your legs, in front of your knees, and just kind of hug in. Let the tops of your shoulders soften. And see if you can connect to that backbone, that spine that starts right by your hips, by your sitting bones. It goes up through the torso, through your neck, through the crown of your head. Let your spine be tall. Soften the tops of your shoulders and maybe, let's see if you could open across your collarbones and maybe feel your shoulder blades behind you. And let's make a few circles. If you can circle whatever direction feels comfortable. Kind of circling on your sitting bones, and on your sitting bones and your feet. And then pause and take circles in the other direction. So we're finding our space here. And then finding that tall spine, and let your hands rest in your lap. Notice the next time you breathe in, and then breathe out. So that your inhale follows again. And your exhale. It's always there. It's always there whether we think about it or not. But when we do think about it, we can connect to our nervous system. We can connect to that inner part of ourselves. Sit with your breath for a few more breaths. And just notice what your breath is like right now. Is it deep? Is it full? Breathing in your upper chest. Now let's see. Oh, I'm going to let somebody in. So we're sitting with our breath. Now let's see if we can deepen the breath. So put one hand on your chest, the other hand on your belly. Notice what moves as you breathe, your own natural breath. And then see if you can bring the inhale a little deeper. So see if you can let your tummy round and soften. Breathe in. And draw in towards your spine as you breathe out. Breathing in and out through your nose, if that's comfortable for you. Notice that the quality of your breath changes when you're aware of it. It's getting more steady or longer. And now we're going to inhale through the nose and exhale through a little space between your lips. And notice what happens now. Get a little longer. As we're breathing, mindfully, notice how you're feeling. Thoughts maybe calming down. Feeling maybe inside, things are getting calmer, quieter. And let your hands rest in your lap. Let's just take 2 more breaths. Through the nose, out that little space between your lips. Now as we add movement with our breathing, keep your mind on your breathing as we go through the class. Actually, that's what yoga is all about. It's finding the breath, stilling the fluctuations of the mind. That's what the ancient books say yoga is all about. So let your back of your hands rest on your knees. Let's do a very simple movement. We're going to inhale. As you exhale, let your fingers start to curl. Inhale, let your fingers open. So just a little curl, back to a fist. Inhale, open. Let's do that 2 more times. It's the last one. And now lift your shoulders, bring them back behind you and down. Rounding the shoulders. And then round them the other way. Bring your shoulders back, up, forward, and down. Let your hands come by your sides. When you next inhale, reach your arms out, up, overhead, or maybe to a V. And then exhale, let your arms softly come down. Inhale, lift your arms. If your shoulders are sore, you can bring them shoulder height Even just a few inches off the floor. Work with your body, whatever feels good. The point is, we're linking this movement to our breath. Take one more breath like this. Now bring your arms out, bend your elbows. We're going to inhale here, exhale, cross your arms to your shoulders, tilt your chin. Inhale, open the arms, and exhale, cross them in. Let the other arm be on top. Let's do this again. Another arm be on top. Now bring your hands down, cross your arms by your sides. And bring your hands up and down the side ribs. You're going to let the right hand come down and then reach that right arm up and overhead. Going to take a tilt over to the left. Now let your left hand is by your right side ribs. Let that hand go up and down. Making space between the ribs. You breathe. Let's take one more breath here. Bring that right hand down. Let the right hand come across to the left side. Inhale, lift your left arm up and overhead. Bend over to the right. And now notice the left side. Feel what you're making space between your ribs. Open. Breathe. One more breath. Bring your hands down, bring them to your knees. Maybe let your shoulders go forward, one shoulder forward. Now we're going to sit up nice and tall. Take your hands around, left hand to your right knee, right fingertips behind you. Sit nice and tall, soft, soften the top of your shoulders. Over to the right. Feel the rotation in your spine, in your torso. Take two more breaths here. Notice where you feel the movement as you breathe here in this rotation. And then come back to center. And we're going to lift the hands and take a turn to the left. So right hand to the left knee, left fingertips behind. Soften the tops of your shoulders. Feel yourself breathe. Two more breaths. Come back around to the front. All right, now we're going to inhale, lean forward, lift your chin. Exhale, round your back and tuck your chin in. Then lean forward on the inhale, bringing your heart forward. Lifting your chin. Exhale, round your back, tuck your chin. Let's do that two more times. Bringing the spine forward and back. We run it side to side. And then turning side to side. Those are the movements of the spine. Good. All right. Now we're going to come into boat pose. So I'm going to turn sideways. You might stay in the same direction you were facing before. Let's keep the spine nice and tall and lean back, hands behind your legs until you're at a point where you can lift one leg, two legs, flex your feet, point your feet, point and flex them. Inhale through the nose and exhale through that tiny space. And bring your feet down, hug in. Ooh, notice those core muscles getting warm, building strength. All right, let's do that again. So you can have your feet down. You can lift one at a time. Keep your hands on your legs, both of your legs, whatever feels good. Notice that you're using those core muscles. Let's take 2 more breaths. Again. Yes, you can feel them. They're working. Okay, last one. You can do the same thing, or you can keep your feet on your mat and lean back, but keeping your core muscles working. You'll feel it. So you keep your feet on your mat. You can lift them. You can lift one at a time. Let's take 2 more breaths. Finding that inner strength. The strength of those core muscles. Good. And then come up, hug in. Good. Yes. You're getting strong. All right. When you're ready, come on over to hands and knees. And let your knees be under your hips, your wrists under your shoulders. Walk your hands up a couple inches. Spread your fingers. We're going to breathe up and down the spine. On your inhale, lift your tailbone and your chin. And on your exhale, round your spine, rounding it up like vertebra to vertebra. Inhaling, spine rounds to the floor, to your mat. Exhaling, it rounds up to the ceiling. This one and one more. Now we're going to change it a little bit. We're going to inhale, move forward. Exhale, bring your hips back towards your heels. Stretching along the spine, along the arms. Inhale, lifting up. Bring your shoulders forward. Getting a stretch in your wrists. Exhale, bringing the hips back. Let's do that 2 more times. Last one. Now come back up to hands and knees. And now your wrists can be under your shoulders. And we're going to let the left knee is going to stay down. The right leg is going to go back behind you. Just let the toes point down. Taking a couple breaths right here. And then we're going to get some movement in that leg. So next time you inhale, observe. Exhale, bend the right knee, bring it underneath you. Inhale, straighten that leg. Exhale, bend the knee. The nose come towards the knee. Straighten. So drawing in. This time we're going to keep the right leg back. Right leg back. We're going to take a balance here. So let your toes point down. Let that left hand come forward. Toes touch the floor, that's fine. Your left pinky touches the floor, that's fine. Let's see if you can reach that left arm forward like you're going to shake somebody's hand, and the right foot is going back. You might feel some wobbling. Just keep your breath nice and steady. Take one more breath. Good. All right, let your left hand come down, let your right toes come down. We're going to turn to the right. You're going to see my back. So we're going to turn to the right. Let that right foot come down and then release the right arm. Let it float up to the ceiling. Good. Feel that expansion. Let's take one more breath here. All right, and then bring the right hand down, bring the right knee back. And let's widen the knees apart, bring your toes together, and bring your hips back. The left leg come back. Good, so let the left leg reach back behind you, your toes are pointing down. Take a couple breaths here. Good. Now we're going to add some movement. So let's inhale. And as you breathe out, bend the left knee and bring it in towards your nose. And then inhale, straighten that left leg behind. Exhale, bend the knee, rounding in. Inhale, straighten. Good. One more tiny movement. Inhale, straighten that left leg. Now, we're going to prepare to balance here. So you're reaching the left leg back. Let your right hand come forward. When you're ready, reach the right arm up. You're reaching across the room with your right fingertips back through left foot, and wobbling is allowed. You can even let your fingertips come down or your toes come down. Keep your breath nice and steady. One more breath. And then let your right hand come down and your left toes come down. Left leg is still behind you. We're going to turn to the left. So let yourself turn to the left. Let that left foot come down. And then reach that left arm up. Releasing it. Feel the expansion going on inside. Let's take one more breath. And then bring the left hand down, left knee down. And again, let's find child's pose. So we're going to bring your knees to the edges of your mat, your toes together, and then sink your hips back. Take a rest. You can fold your hands, rest your head on your hands. Notice how you feel. If anything feels challenging in your body, honor your body. All right, we're going to come back up to hands and knees, and I'm gonna face this way. I'm going to face the long end of my mat. Come up to kneeling. So bring yourself up to kneeling if this is comfortable. You can also put your knees are sore. You can put a bend in your mat, or you can put a blanket, a folded blanket under your knees. Then when you're ready, let your right leg come out to the side. Let your right hand rest on that right leg. Straight. The crown of your head is coming up to the ceiling, right through that left side. Lift the left arm up and overhead and kind of bend over that right leg. Feel the breath. That's where you feel the breath moving. Inhale, lift that left arm up. And if this feels okay, bring the left hand down. See if you can bring it down to your mat. And let the right arm come up. Stretching another way. We're stretching the right side. You can lift that right leg. And then let that right knee bend, come back down. Let your elbows come down and take a rest. And then come back up to standing on your knees and let the left leg come out to the side. All right. The left hand's going to rest on that leg and then reach your right arm up nice and tall. Feel that lengthening of the spine on the right side. And then when you're ready, kind of bend over the left leg and the right arm's coming overhead. Feel the breath move inside. More breath here. Reach that arm up, bring it out, and then see if you can touch your mat. Push the left arm up, bending the other way. Maybe you can even lift that left foot off the floor. Necessary. Just an option. It's not required, but it's an option. So many ways to stretch in the body. So notice what feels good inside your body right now. Bend both the knees. Come back down into a child's pose. Rest your head. Notice how you feel. That's how you feel. While we're here, see if you can, as you breathe, can you feel your back moving as you breathe? Can you feel the breath moving in your side ribs? We're bringing the breath all throughout your body. Let's come back to hands and knees, and then walk your hands back and walk your hands right up the front of your legs, and we'll come up to standing. Right. And let's shake it out. Shake out, take out your arms, kind of move side to side. Let those arms be loose. As you move to the right, let the left arm come out. Left with the right arm come out. Arms are kind of dangling and folding around you. Loosening up. Bring it in home. We're going to come to a standing position. We're going to do a breath where the inhale, we're going to kind of sniff, inhale 3 times, moving the hands forward, out to the side, and overhead. And then for the exhale, we're going to exhale through your mouth and bend the knees and the arms down. So it goes like, so join in. This is pretty invigorating. It's nice to do in the morning, but let's do it a little bit tonight and see how you feel. So. This is called breath of joy. Two more. Good. All right, let's inhale, bring the arms up and overhead. And then let your right hand hold on to your left wrist and take a side bend to the right. Now press down with your left foot and feel the opening in that whole left side. And let's take 2 more breaths here. Inhale, come back up to standing. Let your left hand hold on to the right wrist. Get nice and tall. Bend over to the left. Now your right foot softening into the floor. Tension on that right side, the whole right side. You have a little bend in your knees. Come back up to standing. Reach your arms down and around and forward. As you come forward, bend your knees, bend your hips. Coming into chair pose. So I'm going to straighten my arms. Your hands are facing each other and your fingers are spread wide. You're going to sit in a chair. So let's come up. Arms overhead. Bend to the right. A couple breaths here. Come up to straight. Bend to the left. Take a couple breaths here. Inhale, come up. Release your hands, bring them down and around. Come to chair pose and take a couple breaths here. Let's do that again. So we're going to inhale, reach the arms overhead. And then bend to the right. Inhale up, bend to the left. And if you'd like to go faster than I'm going, go right ahead. Or slower than I'm going, go right ahead. Good. Release your arms, bring them down and around. And come into chair pose. Good. Let's do that one more time. Inhale the arms up. 2 breaths on the right side. Come back up. 2 breaths on the left side. Come back up. And bring the arms down and around. And come into chair pose. And then come back up to standing. And we're going to find our inner stillness. So stand so that your ankles are under your knees and under the front of your hips. And then lift these muscles in the front of your thighs and lift all the way up to your shoulders. And then let your shoulder blades come down your back. Tops of your shoulders soften. Let your arms be by your sides. Lift your toes. Spread your toes and set them back down again. Feel like you're lifting the front of your body up around your shoulders and then lengthening on the back of your body. Eyes may close. See if you can notice if you're moving side to side, forward or back. To pause until the movement ceases. Feeling still. Like your fingers could reach for the floor. Opening across your collarbones. Now open your eyes again. If they close, wiggle your fingers. We're going to bring the palms together in front of our heart. We're going to find a balance. All right, shift your weight to your left leg, to your left side, and come onto your right toes. Bring your right foot, and bring your right heel to your left ankle. Or if like, you could come into tree pose, full tree pose, and bring that right foot to the left leg. That's where you are today. Keep your breath nice and steady. Wobbling is allowed. Working on your balance, you're working to bring yourself back to the center. Whenever you're ready, let the right leg come down and then shift your weight to the right side. Find your left toes. Bring your left heel to your right ankle. Maybe bring that leg to the inner right leg. Every day is a new adventure in balance. Oh my goodness. We learn to be patient with ourselves too. When we're practicing balance, that's how we learn it. It's not like someday we're a Barbie doll where we can stand with the leg pointed in. We're always practicing. All right, let your legs come down. And we're going to take a wide stance. Take a wide stance, turn your right toes to the small end of your mat. And we're going to build a warrior two. So let your hands be arms and your hands be loose. And when we inhale, bend the right knee, let your arms kind of float up. Exhale, straighten the legs, float your arms down. Do that again. Inhale, floating arms, bending knee. Exhale down. Last one, moving like this. Now, let's find warrior two. So bring your arms shoulder height. Let your bent right knee be over your right ankle. Palms are facing down. Fingers are spread. Look over your right fingertips. What can we explore? Can you feel as if your legs could come together underneath you, even though they're not moving? Energizing your inner thighs. Now let's turn the palms up. Good. How does that feel on your shoulders? The tops of your shoulders soften. Good. Now let's make a fist with your thumb sticking up. And then bend your left elbow and bring your fist to your left shoulder. Let's get 2 more breaths here. It's the hands. Now, we're going to move and bring that left hand towards the right. So when you inhale, bring the left hand towards the right, kind of pivot on your left toes. Inhale, come back to the starting position. Exhale, bring that left arm around. Inhale, come back. Let's do that one more time. Kind of tricky. Now we're going to reach the right arm up, bring the left hand to your left leg. First warrior. And now bring the right arm to your right leg, to the thigh, and the left arm overhead. The side angle. And let's inhale and come into reverse warrior. Exhale here. And then inhale, bring that arm, right arm to right thigh and left arm overhead. Do that one more time. Inhaling. You can even look behind you. Moving the side. Straighten that leg. Bring your hands to your waist. See if you can bring your legs a little bit closer. And then bend your right knee, bend your left knee. the shoulders come down, left shoulder to right knee, right shoulder to left knee. Letting go of anything we've built up while we're in warrior, building on that strength. Do that 2 more times. 2 more times each side. Time. Last time going back. Step the legs together, kind of walk it out. And then we're going to build our warrior 2 on the left side. So take a wide stance again. Let your left toes turn to the short end of your mat. Let your arms be loose. Then inhale, lift the arms, come up, bending that knee. Exhale, let everything float down. Inhale, lifting, bending. Exhale, releasing. One more time. Moving with your breath. Now we're going to find the warrior. So arms are shoulder height. I have to move my left foot out a little bit more so that that knee over the left ankle. Spread your fingers. Palms are down. This is warrior 2. Inhale through your nose and exhale through that little space between your lips. Feel like those legs can energetically come underneath you as you stand like this. Tops of your shoulders are soft. Good. Now, can you turn your palms up? Maybe let your thumbs go back a little bit. Feel your back of the shoulders. And then make a fist with your thumbs sticking up. Looking at your left thumbnail, can you bend your right elbow and bring that fist to your right shoulder? Release the arms, bring them back. And so we're going to inhale and then exhale. Bring that right hand around, right arm around, and kind of pivoting on the right toes. Exhale back. Whew. Back as you exhale. Kind of wobbly. Wobbly is allowed. Good. All right, now going to reverse the warrior. So bring your right hand down, left arm up. Right hand's coming to that right leg. Left arm's reaching up. And now we're going to lift up and fold over. So left arm to that left thigh, right arm overhead. Inhale, reversing your warrior. Inhale, side angle. Exhale when you get there. One more time. Inhale, moving. Exhale when you get there. Bring your hands to your waist. Kind of heel toe your feet together. Walk it out a little bit. And we're going to make our way down to sitting on your mat. So just come on down. And let's sit so that your knees are bent. So I'm sitting and my knees are bent and they're going to the right of me. And now we're going to take a turn to the left. So bring your right hand to your left knee, your left fingertips behind. Nice and tall. And let your body turn to the left. Feel that calmness in your spine. Now, notice where your chin is and let your chin rotate to the right. So your chin is looking over your right shoulders. Let the tops of your shoulders soften. Take 3 breaths here, opening across your collarbones. that chin again. Let it turn to the left. And then let your hands come down. Walk out. Not going directly to the left. It's kind of going diagonally to the left. And you can let your arms come down. Hold over here. Feel yourself lengthen and breathe. Notice if you're, where you're feeling your breath. If it's on your back, on the sides of your body. Take one more breath here. Then let your right hand come down under your right shoulder. Press your hand down, press your left hand down. Come back up to sitting. And bring your hands outside your hips. Lean back and bring your legs around. So now both of my knees are bent and the feet are going to the left. Take my right hand, my left knee. Say that again. My left hand to my right knee and my right hand is out to the side. Sit nice and tall. Then turn to the right. Notice your chin and let your chin rotate to the left. Chin is looking over your left shoulder, and then can you open across your collarbones. Breathe into the openings. Breathe into the tight spaces. One more breath here. Let your chin rotate back to the right again. And then let your hands walk forward. Kind of diagonally forward so you can put your forearms down and take a rest. Your head be heavy. Find a place that feels beneficial to you. And then let your left hand come down, press down. The right hand's going to come down, and we're going to lying on your back. So I'm going to turn around. I'm going to lie down, all the way down on your back. Good. And once you get there, take a pause to just notice how this feels. Lying on the floor, on a yoga mat. Feel that gentle tug of gravity. Just acknowledging that we are here. Good. Now, bring your feet together. Let your toes point up. Let your hands come together and overhead. Press through your fingers behind you. Press through the soles of your feet ahead of you and stretch everything. Stretch everything out. Maybe let the right foot come forward and then the left foot come forward just a little bit. Let everything move, and then bring your knees in and wrap your arms around your legs. Let's roll side to side. All right, you're going to let your feet come to the floor. We're going to do a little bit of bridge pose. So your knees are bent. Walk your feet back towards your hips. Arms can be by your side. Good. We're going to think of rolling your spine up. So on your inhale, roll the spine up, lifting your hips. And exhale, roll back down. Let's do that two more times. So inhale, rolling up. Rolling back down on the exhale. One more time. Rolling down. Now this time, let's see if we can roll the hips up and then see if we can hold the hips up for a couple breaths. And you might be able to bring your hands to your lower back or maybe clasp, interlace your fingers underneath you. So press into your hips, lift your hips, and maybe you can even get your shoulders under a little bit more and either interlace your fingers or bring your hands. Hold yourself up. Lengthening the front of the body, strengthening the spine. Let's take one more breath. Exhale, bring everything down. Bring your knees in. Roll side to side. Let your feet come back to the floor. We're going to lift the right foot up. Right knee is bent. And cross your right ankle over the left knee. Bring your arms out to the side. And we're going to roll to the left. Roll to the left. See if you can get that right foot to come down. And then here, make any changes that feel good to you. You can straighten your legs, lift them, make them lower. Even take your left hand to that right leg. Take a couple of breaths right here. Get into any spots that still feel tightness. In the breath there and let it go. Let's do 2 more breaths. Roll back onto your back. You can let your feet come down. Knees are bent, and then take your knees side to side, like windshield wipers. All right, and then let that movement stop. You can bring the left knee in, hug it in a little bit, and then let your left heel rest right above the right knee, and take a rolling over to the right. Let that left foot come down. And then you can straighten your legs, bring them to a place where it feels beneficial to you. You take your right hand on that left leg. That's good. And let's take 4 or 5 breaths. Find a place where you can feel perhaps a sensation, but not pain. Need to go into pain. It's not good to go into pain. But you might feel sensation and a release of tension. Take 2 more breaths. And then roll onto your back. This time, let your soles of your knees are bent. Let the soles of your feet come together and your knees come out to the side. Take a couple breaths. We're coming to the point of final relaxation. So we're finding that sense of letting go. Take 2 more breaths here. Straighten left leg, straighten right leg. Let your heels be about mat width apart. Your arms come by your sides with your palms up. guide you through a relaxation. So notice all the parts of you that's supported by the mat. Your head, shoulders, and upper back, legs, heels. Those places begin to soften. Bring your awareness up to the crown of your head. And up and around to the space between your eyebrows. The places soften. Notice your jaw. Your jaw soften. Take rest. And bring your awareness to your upper back. To your right shoulder and upper arm and elbow. And your lower right arm, wrist, and hand. That right arm soften. And then bring your awareness to your left shoulder and upper arm and elbow. And your lower left arm, wrist, and hand. And that whole left arm is soft and light. And take rest. And notice your back moving down your spine to your lower back, to your right hip and thigh and knee, lower right leg and foot. And let your right leg become soft and light. Take rest. And then bring your awareness to your left hip, thigh, and knee, and your lower left leg and foot. Let that left leg soft and light. Take rest. Let your whole body soften. Give yourself permission to take rest for the next few minutes. Beginning to bring your awareness back to your breath. Listen your inhales and your exhales. Notice if you feel like you're lifting as you inhale and then reaching out as you exhale. Just being with your breath. Finding a little movement in your fingers and your toes, your wrists, ankles moving a little bit. Let your head slowly turn to the right, to the left. Then when you're ready, reach your arms back overhead as you're lying here. You're going to take a big inhale through the nose, exhale through your mouth. Making a sigh or a yawn or a sound. Let's do that again. So big inhale and exhale. Now we're gonna slowly find your way back up to sitting. So feel free to roll onto one side or the other. Bend your knees, press your hands down and let your hands and arms help you to come back up. Slowly finding a comfortable seat to close our practice. So bring your palms together in front of your heart and let your thumbs come to your chest. Lift your elbows, the points, that when you look down at your fingers, you can feel your exhales on your fingers. Feel the air of your exhales. Your fingers. Maybe the lift of the inhale on your fingers. Then you can bring your elbows down. Bring to mind something that you're grateful for. A person, a place, a pet, a situation, a dream, a vacation. Doesn't matter. Something that you're thankful for, that you're grateful for. That feeling, that thought grow inside. I'm going to share a quote from Michael J. Fox, the actor who is dealing with Parkinson's disease. It's a quote from him. He says, "With gratitude, optimism is sustainable." Echo inside. When we feel grateful, it blanks out fear and anger and other negative feelings. He says, with gratitude, optimism is sustainable. So let's close our practice. The spirit in me honors the spirit in each of you. Namaste. Thank you for joining me. I hope the tools in yoga, the things we do in yoga, become part of what you can use throughout your day, off your mat, into the world, that help you to reflect, to improve your own health and well-being, to connect with that inner strength. Thank you so much.